So he posts to his Instagram story, everyone tap in, let's see you as a kid. How about no?
Yeah.
How about absolutely not?
Yeah,
Why
100%. Why don't you just tell me you're trying to get facial recognition?
Shut up,
yeah,
Zuck.
dude.
Welcome to Deep Waters.
Where are you going right now?
So they crank the 5G up, and then we just all get shaken and baking microwave. I love it.
I didn't say that, you absolute moron.
There was no dinosaurs. Those were Nephilim giants from the Bible.
And Lucifer is in the Vatican?
Yes.
Oh, okay, got it.
I think space is probably like just a giant liquid. Build it up, seal the wealth. When it's about to collapse, release the gays.
Are you going to get the jab?
Never. Conspiracy Social Club, aka Deep Waters.
Yeah, young Christian warriors.
Young Christian Wall. Hey, is anybody? Oh, you're in the basketball. Did you hear who the Lakers are going after as their coach?
Can we please not do this?
No! The coach of UConn. Hurley. Dan Hurley. Is that crazy?
We're in the show. The show's
we're
going
in
right
it.
now.
We're in it.
Young Christian warriors.
We come to fight. We fight for love. Yeah. We're in it, guys. Sorry about last week. The cisgender over there didn't record the first 15 minutes. A pure fire.
Filthy fucking sis.
Yeah, dude, but we're in it now. He has one job, two jobs. Record everything. Make sure I don't look gunty, okay?
No, he's got a couple jobs, and one of his jobs is to Google things. And last week, me and Ryan had to have a heart-to-heart after Ryan didn't record the episode. And we put it to Patreon. You can see the episode at patreon.com/aka Deepwaters. But me and him had a conversation.
What was it?
Well,
dude, if you don't stick, you're fired.
That was part of it.
Okay.
And he did oblige because he loves the show. But I was like, so what happened? And Ryan was like, about 15 minutes into the show, I realized that it wasn't recording. And I figured, let's just hit record and then let's see if the first 15 minutes actually did record. And so the rest of the show, Ryan was in a fugue state, a panic and a spiral. And
that's why you would make eye contact with me the whole episode?
That's why he was so horrible at Googling. I was like, hey, can you find out what Lady Bird Johnson's company that made all that money in Vietnam was? And he was like, No, but he's a sweet kid. And he was very, very apologetic about it. And he's our producer, through thick and thin.
Yeah, through thick, no matter what. We did flip a coin if we were going to fire you or not, and you survived, so it's okay.
And there was one comment from a person named M on Patreon that said his punishment should be, we should glitter bomb his car and then refer to him as Big Gay Ryan for the rest of the show, which I think is a phenomenal punishment. But
Big Gay Ryan doing some gay shit.
Yeah. Speaking of
gay shit,
I saw a jacked trans bum this morning.
A jacked
trans bum.
He was shredded?
JTB, yeah.
Trans?
Just a massive human being. He had the frame of the Attack Titan. And he was just, he was in a dress, like an old maid's dress, like a French maid's dress.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Just absolutely yoked, walking up the on-ramp of the 101. And, it's kind of demoralizing when you see a man in a dress that could absolutely beat the shit out of you.
Yeah.
You're just like...
I always felt bad because, I lived in Hollywood and you go past Donut Time, which was the mecca for trans for so long in LA. Just they've killed all the culture. That's gone.
Yeah.
But, man, you would see the tiny Latino trans and then you would just see like Lawrence Taylor in pumps and a mini dress. And you're like, who's letting you into their car?
Yeah.
Who is letting you in?
Well, and
it's got to be a hard living out there.
Many debated which one was more dangerous, the squirrely little Latina ones or LT.
Yeah, right.
Both very dangerous to let into your neon.
Wild animals.
Yeah, wild animals. Do you have dates?
Real quick, I just wanted to inform everybody, I woke up today with a real desire for Subway meatball sandwiches. And that's how you know you're on your way to Fat Town.
Yeah.
Right? When you're fantasizing about Subway meatball sandwiches.
And let me tell you something. There's nothing you can do to fight off that demon. That has its hold on you.
Yeah.
And you lost today.
Yeah.
You're going to eat that.
Literally, there's one right by the studio. I'm going to go eat and hate myself. And just know there will be no actual meat in that sandwich.
Oh, no.
I will be eating pink goo.
Yeah.
That's what it will be.
It's just bone and gelatin and hoof.
It's just not good eating yoga mat bread.
Yeah. But for some reason, the chemical.
I just love it.
It's so crazy how there are one ingredient things and then there are 75 ingredient things, and you would think that the one ingredient thing would be cheaper, but it's
dude, I think about that all the time.
It's not. How is a potato cheaper than the 75 ingredient French fries at McDonald's?
Do that? How do you make a manufactured thing cheaper than something just grown in the ground?
It's unbelievable.
It is unbelievable. If you go to samtripley.com, I have some dates. Tuesday night, I have a murder,
comedy
chaos. We're celebrating Felipe Esparza's birthday. Then we have Morris Plains on the 21st. Actually, the 20th. I got to add that. We're adding 20th Eddie Bravo, Sam Tripoli, and my good friend Xavier Guerrero. Then Broadbrook, Connecticut on the 22nd, and then Kansas City. Then I'm going to start booking some of my own gigs on the road. Daddy's just like, I don't know, man. It's just, we're doing the best we can.
Daddy's fatigued right now. I mean, how can you not be when you're sucking down meatball subs?
Oh, I'm so hungry, bro.
I mean,
I'm going to go 6 inch just so I don't hate myself.
Don't do 6 inch.
I'm going to do 6
Sam,
inch.
you're going.
If I do a whole foot long, I may, I'll be on suicide watch.
Yeah. I mean, you're going to hate yourself anyway, so you might as well just go foot long. You know what? Go foot and a half.
Yeah. I mean, dude, imagine if you ordered 2 foot longs and just sat down and ate them, and they just judged you.
Well, there are all these children on Instagram, and I don't know how women don't get more upset about this, but they're like these 23-year-old skinny bitches who are like, here's what I do, and it's like, you're 23. Shut the fuck up. Get out of here.
I love listening to 20-year-olds going, I can eat anything I want. Yeah, because you have the metabolism of a crackhead right now.
Obviously, you can go to Chipotle and get the entire store, and you'll be fine. Get off social media,
But dude, I have the metabolism of the dead. I've gotten fat driving. Have you ever felt your body getting fatter, and then you had to undo your belt just to survive?
Yeah.
That would be me after Subway.
Your
today.
diet plan is in the Necronomicon.
I'm trying so hard, dude. I'm trying so hard. So much. It's conspiracy Christmas over here, dude.
Yeah. It's conspiracy Christmas.
Crazy week, bro.
Crazy week. Mexico is running out of water today. I don't know if
Mexico's got a lot of problems.
Yeah.
I mean, 37 candidates dead.
Yeah, and I don't think that
we're like they're locking up political opponents in America.
Yeah,
and Mexico's like, we kill them. We don't even give them trial.
Hey, Mexico says, hold my cerveza. Yeah. So this is, I don't want us to kind of launch into the default setting of this podcast, which is blame the Jew for all these deaths. We do have.
Well, I got good news for you. I listen, first of all, I've never thought it was the Jews. I thought it was the Zionists. But I also want you to know that I believe that all the Abrahamic religions are working together to bring on the Zionist apocalypse.
Yeah.
So it's not just your tribe or half of your tribe, whatever you are.
Yeah.
It's all of them. It's like kind of like, do you guys ever watch roller derby? Have you ever watched roller derby? There's this play.
Answer. No.
Okay, but there's a play in roller derby where the team kind of forms a wall and they slingshot the scorer past all the
shake and bake,
right?
Yeah.
So basically, that is like the Zionist apocalypse. It's Judaism, Christianity, and Islam forming a wall and slinging Zionism past them to score the big point. So I'm just telling you, it's everybody.
Quick question: how do you how do you have a knowledge base of kind of the tactical elements of roller derby?
Well, because at one point I wanted to go pro. I wanted to be the Dana White of roller derby. I wanted to bring it. Oh, we got to have women's basketball. It's got to be a big thing. Dude, roller derby? Come on, that's got everybody. Hot chicks, thick thick lesbians.
Right.
It's a show for everybody.
Yeah. It's like the power slap of women's sports.
It really is.
Yeah.
Do you see Dana White's going, it has the most fans of any league ever.
No, it doesn't. Nobody wants to watch it.
Nobody wants to watch it.
It's really brutal and like it's not going to work.
It's just all garbage. So back to this.
Well, can I say really quickly, you mentioned last week that the meaty bitches of the WNBA are trying to take down Caitlin Clark.
Yeah.
And I've actually been seeing the clips of the meaty bitches trying to take down Caitlin Clark.
Yeah.
I don't support that. I think it's wrong.
It's very interesting because it goes again back to what we've said before that women want women to run the world. Yeah, if women ran the world, you would be getting Caitlin Clark every time you go to work.
Well, what Caitlin Clark has to do is get meatier. She is. She's a Girl Scout cookie.
Yeah, 100%.
In a league of meaty bitches.
So everyone's trying to compare her to who is the male version of her. And, some people try to say Larry Bird, but people don't realize Larry Bird came into the NBA and he broke people. Like, he did not put up with any of their shit.
No.
Like, Alonzo Mourning was like that, too. They were like, carry our bag. He's like, make me. And they're like, okay, we'll carry our own bag.
Yeah.
Got you, rookie. Right? That was Larry Bird. I think he made Pistol Pete quit.
Yeah.
I think that was the player, one of the very famous Pete Malcolm. I think he quit. If you go, Sam, who do you think Caitlin Clark's equivalent is? I think it's Wayne Gretzky. In that there was a rule that the NHL realized how important Wayne Gretzky was, that there was a rule, an unwritten rule, you do not check Wayne Gretzky. You don't try to hurt him because if he gets hurt, that's going to hurt the expansion of the NHL.
He's just a quick little guy.
He's a quick little guy.
He was very, very important.
Dude, every one of them should thank her every time for a charter flight. They don't have to go Southwest anymore.
Yeah, and Southwest is a satanic entity.
I would take Southwest over Frontier. And what was the other shithole?
Spirit.
Oh, Spirit. Yeah, I mean, talk about hating yourself.
Yeah, I mean, I've honestly, I'm really not going to go anywhere until I can afford business class. And I will be able to afford business class one day, but until then, I'm just not doing it.
Spirit Airline is like the hooker that robs you.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, yeah, man, cheap. What do you want? Want weird stuff?
Yeah.
$50? Come on in. Hit you with a drug, rob you of everything.
Yeah.
That's it. And hey, dude, here's a $40 ticket to New York. By the way, each bag's $200.
You don't even pop.
Yeah.
You don't even pop.
Yeah. It's just,
they just rob you and you don't even pop.
Yeah. You don't even get off.
All right. So Mexico has installed and / elected a very progressive, brilliant
socialist
woman. Yes. She is for the informal workers of Mexico. She is a physicist and an engineer. I mean, listen.
She seemed very smart.
I'll tell you what, though. People are going to be very upset because the exporting cheap labor, not going to fly anymore.
What do you mean?
They're codifying minimum wages in their constitution and stuff
Whoa,
like that.
That's huge.
Yeah. So, all these Tyson chicken plants. Oh, we got to talk about that. Another fire at a Tyson chicken. Oh, millions of chickens dead.
Yeah, you guys you don't know what's coming here, dog. Yeah. It's like forcible food shortages.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just sorry, dude. I mean, I'm sorry about this, guys. It's all done. None of this is naturally happening. We are in the middle of a silent Bolshevik war, and nobody understands it. And everyone's just like, oh, my God. Oh, my God. Well, good. He's guilty on all 34 counts. Oh, my God. Did we remember that hot chick that we talked about on Pierce Morgan?
Oh.
He keeps bringing her back.
Oh.
And she's just a pinata.
Yeah.
They're just running trains on this chick.
Yeah.
That's all they're doing. She's so dumb. I have debated her before, the mini kind of debate back when Trump got elected, but man, she's just saying stuff and looking dumb. And like, first of all, everyone lights her up, and then these old guys feel bad for her because she's so cute.
Yeah.
There's, Garagos like, I normally agree with you, but you're completely and utterly wrong.
Oh, Garagos was on.
Yeah, that's my boy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, dude, I got caught buying drugs off a hooker once, and he represented me.
You up, huh?
And he didn't even charge me.
Yeah, no.
Armos?
Yeah, Armos, take care of Armos, dude.
Yeah. Me and Ryan know Garagos pretty well from the old Corolla days. He's quite a gregarious fella.
I don't care. I love him, dude. He got me off of buying drugs off a hooker. Got me, I don't have that on my record anymore.
Yeah, and that's a powerful friend and a powerful ally. Okay, so can you go to the first tab, Brian? Click on that.
Dude, look at that. Isn't that crazy? Dude, it's like, have you ever seen, like, I guess they make clones wear suits when they're developing a clone?
So Zuckerberg writes on his story on Instagram, which is a company that Facebook was allowed to purchase for some reason because the Sherman Act doesn't exist and we don't have an antitrust law.
What did he buy?
Instagram.
Oh, yeah.
So he posts to his Instagram story, everyone tap in, let's see you as a kid. How about no? How about I'm not? How about absolutely not?
Yeah, 100%. Why don't you just tell me you're trying to get facial recognition?
Shut up,
yeah,
Zuck.
Dude. Nothing good comes from this, Mark Zuckerberg. One of two things are going on. Either you're using it to teach AI facial recognition, or you're beating off to it. Neither of them are things I want to participate in.
I'm not going to send you a picture so you can show your cows a child image of me while you're stroking them off so that their fucking flank can taste better, okay? Or whatever you're doing for your AI world. And also, Zuck is such an ick. I don't understand why this automaton is allowed into these gyms with these men who have dedicated their lives to martial arts, and he's
that is by far the most annoying part. Like the UFC, I love it. It can get so annoying. They're like, Mark Zuckerberg's cornering this guy. You're like, why are you letting him in?
It's so bizarre.
You like Dana White. I love you. I've met you a bunch of times. You couldn't be a nicer guy.
Yeah.
Why are you like walking Trump out, which I have no problems with, but then allowing the guy that made just completely put his thumb on the balance of the election into the arena too? Oh yeah.
So that's very biased of you. See, I'm more
what?
It's very biased of you, what you just said.
Okay, explain.
Well, I'm sure that you were over ESPN's kind of journalistic lack of integrity, what with them injecting politics and sports and whatnot.
Well, yeah. I mean, sports talk in general is about to learn a real hard lesson.
Okay, but hang on, old man.
Get off my lawn.
But were you upset about all the kneeling and shit that was happening at the NFL games?
Well, yeah, no, I know exactly where you're going with this.
Healthy burp.
I know exactly where you're going with this, and you would be correct
in saying that you were upset with all that shit. You were over it.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But
so why do we have to parade Donald Trump around like a golden calf at all of these fucking UFC
it's all
events?
Part of the
I
psyop.
just want to watch the fucking fights. I don't give a shit about Donald Trump. Why are these cards all rallies for this guy? Okay, let's just watch the fucking
it's
fights.
The weirdest conviction I've ever seen in my life. I've never seen anything like this, where a guy gets convicted and then he's like at a UFC fight. Have you ever seen that before?
And Donald Trump better be careful because now the tables have twisted a little bit. Trump needs Dana White. Dana White used to need Donald Trump.
Yeah.
No longer.
Yeah.
Now Trump needs to go to that UFC event.
Yeah.
And Dana's like in the post fight press conferences.
There's just a lot of things that are weird there. Like how like Khabib could just walk up to Trump, how these fighters can just walk up to Trump. It's just like, it doesn't seem natural to me at all. Like, I know that he's kind of outs with the whole apparatus, but it just seems like there'd be more security there with that situation, right? It just seems very weird to me.
Yeah. Well, it's just,
I'm with you, dude. I'm with you, dude.
The fights this past weekend were great.
Listen to me.
It's just, what the fuck? It's like, Jesus
I was somebody
Christ.
who defended Bill Burr's wife for flipping him off. I think that is the most First Amendment shit you could ever do.
Yeah,
right
of course,
there, right?
Of course.
And if Biden went to a fight, I wouldn't necessarily have a problem with it.
Yeah.
Unless they started pushing narratives. That is to me the biggest difference is like you have a bunch of, let's say when the Black Lives Matter thing, you have a bunch of very rich black athletes scolding white America about racism. Like, it's like, can I just watch a sport? Now, if you had somebody there, like, if they're like, George Floyd's family's here at the Pistons game, I wouldn't be like, wow, politics. But, like, to be lectured by people who are benefiting from system.
This is a little bit of a lecture, too. It's like, this conviction is bullshit. He's the best. He's the coolest guy. You know, it's just a different kind of lecture. It's a fucking whatever. I just think it's a little hypocritical. But
it is a counter as well, though,
to
all the politics that is like, and then you take that versus the daily just shoving it in your face, ESPN political like narrative to all their sports. And like Colin Cowherd, who I am literally now starting to just hate listen. It's so annoying.
Yeah.
Because all he does is gaslight his crowd right now. And I'm like, you're going to find out, dude. You're going to find out that people are just going to tune you out. There's too many options right now for you to one day tell us she's not getting targeted. And then that night, Gino Torello, whatever his name, the UConn the female basketball coach, comes out and goes, oh, she's getting targeted. Now you're saying, oh, it's just part of the game. It's just like, dude.
Sam.
You're just a piece of shit.
No, that happened. It happens with Cowherd all the time. He's also the king of straw man, but it happens all around the sports.
No,
but the thing is, the hate will draw you back.
Yes.
Yeah, but at some point though, it will get to the point where you're like, why am I listening to this guy?
Okay, well, can we get back to Zuckerberg?
No, we cannot.
For a second. So Zuck is absolutely trying to harvest all of our young countenances for his, diabolical intent.
Yeah.
The way that this has got, like, everyone tap in. You are fucking evil geeks, man. I'm so sick of evil geeks.
Evil, dude.
God damn.
And they think they become alphas if they can press the buttons.
Yeah, well, they kind of are. Next topic is this chicken coop fire. So break this down a little bit.
Well, there's a video going around right now of it's on like MSNBC or something like that, or CNN. They're interviewing like some Navy admiral or something like that, or somewhere high up in the military, and he's talking about how all these like foreign like people that they don't know how got into the country are trying to get tours of military bases. They're like, hey, we'd love to see the base and see everything. And they're like, who are you? And they're like, well, I'm just in the country for a visit. How's that connect to this? It's like, this could be a big part of this, again, Bolshevik revolution, where you could be seeing people who have military age illegals. Oh God, dude.
Sorry.
Dude, listen to me.
Sorry.
Fuck. I want you to clip that for me.
Sorry.
I want you to clip that for me and send it to me. So when we're in the middle of this around October, we will play this over and over again.
But what are we going to be in the middle of? Are Ethiopians?
Did somebody just fast forward it in real time? What are we in the middle of?
Are Ethiopians going to be burning down America? Like, what are Guatemalans going to be macheting people in the streets? What are we actually talking about?
Did that not just at some point happen? We literally talked about George Floyd, and we had giant.
What are you talking about, though?
What are you talking about? And literally, we had our cities on fire for George Floyd.
Just a different thing entirely,
dude. This is
just a completely different thing entirely.
This is why we're doomed, because of this. The Silver Lake mentality, dude, that the right is always retarded. This is why we'll never be able to stop anything.
Here comes Sam with a paint roller. Silver Lake mentality. Yeah. You're Gunts talking right now.
Okay,
that's what's going on.
Okay.
You're being so reductive, and you're Gunts talking.
If I knew what you were talking about, I would have a comeback to that, but I don't, because I flunked first grade. But the point is, like, anything that the right talks about, you automatically dismiss as crazy.
Incorrect.
Nope. I mean, you're
Incorrect.
just nuts. You're just nuts.
No, it's not true. This Fauci testimony, there were a lot of Republicans.
Right.
I don't disagree with some of their questioning.
Okay.
At all.
What some?
Well,
some.
I mean, let's play.
Some of you were a little off bet.
Well, let's play the Marjorie Taylor Greene. Can you fast forward to the Beagle experiment? Can you fast forward to the Beagle experiment?
So you think that's wrong, or you think that's not right, or is that the part that upsets you, that dogs are getting treated mean?
Go ahead. Fast forward a little bit.
Do you think she bleaches?
I think she.
Her bunghole?
Yeah.
Ryan.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes, you said you represent science. Do you represent science, Mr. Fauci? Yes or no? Yes or no?
Again.
It's not a yes or no answer.
Yes, it's a yes.
That was a good Fauci.
Okay, well, we'll take that as you don't know what you represent. But this, as director of the NIH, you did sign off on these so-called scientific experiments. And as a dog lover, I want to tell you this is disgusting and evil, what you signed off on, and these experiments that happened to beagles paid for by the American taxpayer. And I want you to know Americans don't pay their taxes for animals to be tortured like this.
Press pause.
The type of
one, this looks like a fascinating experiment on how to get the best rest for beagles. I'm not really sure what's going on here, but there were a lot of really good questions because Fauci just.
But you don't like that question.
No, it's a really dumb question.
Okay, explain to me why.
Well, one, we Americans pay taxes for things that almost exclusively
Nope.
Can I?
No, because we're paying taxes. We're paying taxes to pay down the interest on the money that the Federal Reserve prints. So that's where majority of our tax go. Mr. Carter.
Mr. Carter, can I finish my
Yeah, okay,
point?
go on.
Americans pay taxes almost exclusively towards things that we would not want our taxes going to.
Right, okay.
So,
which is paying off the interest on the Federal Reserve.
Paying off interest on Federal Reserve, paying off debt to China, paying for beagles to be tortured, paying for children in Rafa to get absolutely annihilated, paying for beagles in Rafa to get absolutely annihilated. And we have no fucking clue what we finance in the scientific community that
this
that
is
are
an
absolutely
emotional play right here.
A complete emotional play, and I'm also probably sure that her and Boebert, no, not Boebert, Kristi Noem, go and get their bungholes. Did you say?
Yeah,
bungholes. Yeah, bleached together, and Kristi Noem is popping 9mm rounds in puppies all over the place. So this is a complete emotional play. But with that being said, this lunatic aside, there were a lot of good questions asked towards Mr. Anthony Fauci, who honestly, he was in a Goosebumps Choose Your Own Adventure book the entire way through COVID. They were like, we have a question. Do you have an answer? And he's like, let's go with B. Yes, it does prevent. But
dude, that is, I love you, bro, and you're really smart. And what you just said there could be the most idiotic thing I've ever heard in my life. Everything he didn't do was done on purpose. So and you're just hoping he's kind of trying to work it out as he goes. The whole thing was scripted. The whole thing. There's none of it that wasn't scripted, Dylan.
Okay.
It was all scripted. There's something called the SPARS pandemic simulation.
Okay.
Nobody's gonna take any time. You can Google videos that break down the whole thing. This right here, what they're doing right here, is part of it. They're burning this guy. And the problem is they keep trying to burn him and Americans don't care. They just don't care. They really don't care. They're trying to make this into something. Americans are like, whatever. Who the Lakers going to get as a head coach? Don't care.
I think if there are tons of, there's a study coming out of, I think, England or Europe about, and there are lots of studies about serious health ramifications from the mRNA technology.
Yeah.
If those do come to light and we find out that we have been, I don't know, DuPonted or something like that.
Okay.
But even DuPont, people don't give a shit about. DuPont's just oh yeah, you know what? Accidentally, on purpose, we put a bunch of cancer in your pots, pans, and pretty much everything you consume.
Yeah.
We're oh, rats.
And you go, why do you do that?
Yeah.
And it's all dark arts, man. It's all dark arts. Why are you putting these chemicals in here that cause harm? dark arts, depopulation.
There's an element to what Fauci did over the pandemic that you could say is evil and well-informed evil, but there's also a fair bit of downward pressure on him, and he just had no fucking idea what was going on and just lied.
Dude, why do you got to do that? Like, why do you got to do that? Why do you got to give there's a possible out? When this guy did this exact same thing with AIDS and HIV, it was the exact same thing.
I'm not a fan of Fauci.
What?
I'm not a fan of Fauci. I think that.
But you're giving this guy an out. Like, this isn't his job.
I'm not giving him an out.
100% you are.
There's a lot of.
Or he was forced to do it, or he just didn't know what was going on.
There was a lot of intent behind the misleading surrounding COVID that was wrong and immoral, and we,
and purposeful. Done on purpose. You can watch step by step how they did it. None of it was by accident. Wow, weird things happen in China.
Yeah.
Just this virus going on. Everything should be fine. Well, this video just came out. This Chinese dude whoa, look, he just fell. Luckily, it's just in China. We don't have to worry about, whoa. Holy shit, somebody in America got it. God, it's everywhere.
Okay,
now
so
you got full-blown AIDS.
When Fauci is completely lambasted and his career is over in the sciences, he will become a weatherman, and that's what he'll sound like.
Yeah. I mean, he's so old, he'll never feel any of this stuff.
Yeah.
And now he's getting mad because he can't go out to the Cheesecake Factory and have a nice meal without somebody screaming at him.
Well, I mean, no one can have a nice meal at the Cheesecake Factory because what's happening at the Cheesecake Factory is similar to what DuPont did to all of our Teflon
I love
pans.
the Cheesecake Factory, though.
Do you?
If you're ever trying to get laid with your lady, go Cheesecake Factory.
How could that be possible?
There is a nice location on the promenade.
Yeah. Cheesecake Factory's great. I don't know why everyone's shitting on it right now.
Let's go slam down some fucking pork nachos and then tuck into one another. I mean, I can't think of a worse way to have sex.
The worst thing that the Cheesecake Factory did was get rid of their raspberry lemon cheesecake. I'm like, why'd you get rid of the best one? Like, what? Well, we just made some changes. Why? Why do you got to make changes?
Yeah. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Unbelievable.
The raspberry lemon cheesecake was not broke.
It's like how many times you go to your favorite website and it's just got a redesign and you're like, why? What am I looking at?
What would happen if Pornhub had a UX, like a big UX change?
Oh, dude, that'd be so crazy.
You want to talk about, the riots that should be happening about what happened to COVID would take place if Pornhub really changed.
100%.
I mean, people would be decapitating people. In the
people
streets.
would lose their minds.
But no, I completely understand why. And I also
riots in the street, cats and dogs making love.
I don't have children, and
thank God.
What happened to kids during the pandemic? If you're a parent, I can completely empathize with people being so violently upset because to hear Fauci go,
I just made it up.
Oh,
yeah.
Did you hear Fauci go, to hear him say that, well, we didn't, I'm not really sure where the whole 6 feet.
Just spitball.
Where the whole 6 feet mask thing came from.
He literally said he just made it up.
If you made kids who are in formative, sponge-brained states not be able to look at their classmates based off a hunch, that is so unbelievably fucked up.
Yeah.
So
my children are the COVID babies. Yeah. But we were blessed because, we were at the house the whole time. None of us were wearing masks.
Yeah.
But
also,
dude, if you had parents that were just pure retards wearing masks around their kids and the kids couldn't see their facial recognition, that's going to do a lot of damage, dude.
A lot of damage. And also to the poor seniors, you should be at the rich kid's house with the parents who have pill problems doing coke for the first time. That's a formative experience. And that was taken away from teenagers across the country.
I mean, did you see the things where people are reaching through plastic curtains to hug each other?
Yeah.
I mean, I would like to think in the future we'll be look how dumb they were, but we'll probably be dumber.
Yeah.
So we'll be dude, they tried.
Yeah. Yep.
They just tried.
So Fauci's fucked up for his Goosebumps adventure that he sent us all on, and especially these poor beagles.
I mean, just unbelievable.
Unbelievable. So we have to talk about third tab, the sabbatic goat.
Dude, what is this?
The sabbatic goat is, there's a certain entity that gets brought up on the show quite often. He goes by many names, but one of them is the sabbatic
this dude
goat.
Just can't stop, can he?
Okay, so King Charles made a pottery goat that sold for 8,500 euros.
By the way, that seems really low for something.
8,500
Like if you
pounds.
could buy something from the king for only 8,500 euros.
Can I tell you, sometimes we are like Tia and Tamara.
Yeah.
I would be heartbroken if I was King Charles and we were putting paddles up and we stopped at 8,500.
I mean, like, dude, it's
I'd be like,
Bathman. I made it.
Dude, Camilla must have been having to console something that was inconsolable that evening.
Wait, in the caption, quote, "I have treasured the goat all my life."
Okay. Well, let's first off, this is a 4.
I mean, dude, it looks like my daughters painted something in class.
Color me mine.
It is really hot garbage.
That is a 9th grade ceramic project.
Well, dude, 9th grade, 4th grade.
But with that being said, I feel like there are going to be cries of occultism with this fixation with sabbatic goats. Now go to the next tab, Brian.
So hold on. So you don't think something's weird that the guy who brags about living in literally Dracula's castle has a painting where people are like, "Where'd you get all that red from for that painting?"
Yeah.
Right? And now he puts out and then everyone's taking the painting, putting it together, and they're finding like goats and devils and all that
Goats,
stuff.
devils, the adrenochrome molecule turned upside down to look like the bunny from Donnie Darko.
There we go.
Yeah.
And then he makes a goat.
Yeah. So the can you zoom in on this? The name Baphomet has been associated with the sabbatic goat, drawn by Eliphas Lilly, representing the symbolization of the equilibrium of opposites, half human, half animal, male, female, good and evil. Which is why we've talked about it ad nauseum, but I think Baphomet and Moloch have just been misunderstood this entire time.
Dude, that's gonna haunt you. That clip's gonna haunt you.
There's a representation of the quaternity, the individuation of man. But we go to the next tab, right? Because
dude, this is so nuts.
We still have not forgot about Catherine, Princess of Duchess. Kate Middleton may never come back to her previous royal role after cancer treatment. Now, let me say this really quickly. There's a likelihood that she's suffering from a very aggressive, complicated form of cancer that is keeping her out of the public eye. Let's just say that. But, go ahead.
I mean, my girlfriend laid into me, "Why are you so negative? That's so mean. You're putting out bad energy." I go, they have a history of this. They have a history of this, dude. Where is this chick? And listen, let's say the cancer story's real. Why wouldn't you just go, "Listen, I have a very, very, very strong, very, very parasitic form of cancer. And I just want you guys to know what I'm going through." Why wouldn't you come out and just do that? Why wouldn't you say that? Why is she not around? Why can't we find her? Where is this chick?
And you believe she's being dry aged right now.
Well, what I do believe is like there's always the moment where they could be like, see, stupid conspiracy people, she's fine, which they did with that Daryl that we talked about this before, the Buffalo Bills player.
Yeah,
which is something really weird with that, where they're like,
Hamlin.
"Oh, he's dead." Stupid conspiracy theorist, he's not dead. So it could be that with this. But this doesn't make any sense to me, especially when you know that they basically had a hand in Princess Di dying.
Well, go to the next tab.
And by the way, the guy who died, the woman who died, her son is associated with this chick, right? It's like Like, what has he been through that he's okay?
It's so funny how there are like, there are quaint traditions in families like, oh, well, son, I'm going to teach you fly fishing now. We always go out on this river. And you know, my grandfather, there's a beautiful family called the Holes, I think, in
what?
In Holes, Hoel.
What?
And they planted a chestnut tree in the Midwest, and chestnuts were a fabric of the American ethos, and they all were sickened with blight. And this chestnut tree remained as one of the last strongholds of nature, and the whole family took pictures year after year, generation of this beautiful tree. The Royals just kill each other.
Yeah,
that's their family tradition. They just slaughter each other.
100%.
So it's like
unbelievable.
Not as quaint a thing.
It's very weird.
You know what I mean?
And I've seen this story too.
So there was evidently a magician, a mentalist that met Kate Middleton.
This guy's freaky. Like he does some like that stuff where you're like, how did that actually?
Yeah. He's like that guy that goes to like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers locker room, and guesses black guys' nicknames when they were younger. He's like, was it Booby? And everyone's like, oh my god. Good guess though. So this mentalist goes and sees Kate Middleton. And she evidently slips him a note that says, help.
Dude, that is so crazy. That is so crazy. And guess what he did? Nothing. He did nothing. He's like, I'm too busy showing black people magic.
Yeah.
By the way, I just want to learn magic to start a YouTube channel called Watch Me Make Magic in Front of Black People. And that's all I want to do.
And it's like, you can just see that like just the black community is just better because they just enjoy. You've talked about it before, man. The enjoyment that black people go through when they watch magic.
Yeah.
It's unbridled and unparalleled happiness.
They think it's sorcery.
Well, it is sorcery,
it, man. I'm for it.
It is fucking sorcery. You go to the Magic Castle. It's a bunch of chuggy whites in Hollywood. Somebody pulls a woman out of a pigeon, and they're like,
"Yeah, you ever been to the Magic Castle? Don't bring your girl." Because magicians will try to bang your chick.
Oh, magicians are some of the most disgusting, depraved.
Yeah, 100%.
They're like little fucking pigs.
100%.
Like,
dude.
oh, did you?
They will try to bang your girl, dude.
Yeah. And they do practice like when you go to the Magic Castle, one of the most incredible places in Los Angeles, I would say.
Which is why magicians and blacks get along so well.
Why?
Because they're gonna all try to bang your girl.
Oh, Sam. Can you flag that, please? Just
Why?
We'll probably leave it in, but just flag that just in case. So no, it's a great place. You walk in, the sleight of hand rooms are the best.
Amazing.
I genuinely, how it is sorcery.
It is sorcery.
Where did all of these little chickens come from? You just have a poker table in front of us. I don't understand how you did that.
100%. It's
so
amazing.
crazy. And at that point, I'm like, if you'd like to have sex with my wife, that's fine. I mean, if she consents to it. And then here come the comments. Oh, Jew cuck bitch.
Can that be the name of this episode?
JCB. Okay.
JCB, bro.
So we have to move on to the
Stop
next.
being a JCB, dude.
Okay, so.
What is this?
All right. Let me break this down for you.
Yeah.
Hashtag don't say Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
Okay. This was brought to my attention by a patron of Bad TV that has come over to Conspiracy Social Club, Lee Cohen. Love you very much. Thank you for that.
Oh, you're bringing in reinforcements?
Yep. So this is a story that is not being talked about. There was a TikTok 30-part series done by the victim of this crime. Now, I feel very, very bad for this woman. Nothing is worth 30 parts on TikTok. I mean, not a single thing that's ever happened is worth me watching 30 parts of your TikTok. Like, I don't know who said brevity is the soul of wit, but, let's get that down into 4 or 5 parts.
Yeah.
Right? And then maybe, the world will care.
Yeah.
But 30 parts,
Yeah, I'm about 3 parts in. I'm calling it a day. Wrap it up.
It's like, oh man, I wish that I could find out what happened to you, but you're so long-winded with the story of you getting your fucking jaw broken. But evidently, there were a group of affluent youngsters outside of nice guys in, I think, it's not like La Cienega, West Hollywood, Santa Monica area. It's a haunt for J. Beebs and H. Beebs and, you know, P. Diddy. And, you know, people go there to fuck and drink and eat like tuna tacos and stuff like that. So they hear commotion outside. This woman, her brother, and her husband, I think. And they see that these guys are beating the absolute shit out of this dude by the valet stand. So they hop the fence, go over there, and the group of guys turn on them. They break her brother's spine.
Oh, my God.
They break her brother's spine. They give her, I think, a compound fracture in her skull and break her jaw. So her brother and her are they have a lot of physical rehabilitation to go through after this fight.
Yeah, of course. Can he walk?
I'm not sure if he can walk or not.
Oof.
Turns out the guy that was one of the ringleaders, can you find his name? It starts with an A. He is the husband of one of the Schwarzenegger girls that he had with Maria Shriver.
Okay.
So this is Alberto Dries. So this guy and his brother beat the fuck out of 3 people that night.
Yeah.
It goes to court, and they are ordered to pay, I think, like $30 to $40 million.
Whoa!
In damages. So this is 10 years ago, almost. This gets bounced around the courts.
Right.
And ends up at a court called the Los Angeles Airport Court.
What?
Yeah. There's a court at the airport.
How does it end up there?
Because the Schwarzeneggers and the Shrivers, a.k.a. the Kennedys, are very, very powerful people.
Very powerful people.
So this goes to this L.A. airport court.
Yeah, where is that? Is that by baggage?
It's in. It's
got to be near Spirit Airlines, so they can just bring them right there.
It's by the In-N-Out in El Segundo.
Oh,
that's where the court is.
Okay,
yeah, where it's okay. So it's by the refugee camp where you get picked up in your Uber.
Yeah, 100%.
Because at LAX you can't get picked up by an Uber unless you pay $250 for an XL or a Black.
Dude, it is crazy.
If you want to just take a regular Uber,
people have no clue the demonic the demonic what's the word you looking for?
Bones
operation,
structures?
the demonic operation of how LAX runs.
Yeah,
they have no clue. It's done on purpose to heighten your anxiety.
And
talk about it all the time.
Airports are just petri dishes for the occult and conspiracy. I mean, we've got the Denver airport stuff. There's the Dulles airport that the statue of that man, one of the most evil men in American history, was moved out of the plain view. Airports are demonic, fucked up places.
100%.
So this thing gets moved to this airport court, and all of a sudden, judges start getting swapped out, and pieces of evidence go missing. And to this day, the Dries guy, his brother, and the Schwarzeneggers have not paid this family a single cent.
That is crazy.
So it says in here, basically they decided $38 million, and in exchange, they wouldn't really have to go to jail. They would just have to do 45 days of non-consecutive jail time. So just weekends only at a private detention center of their choosing and 5-year probation.
Holy
so they got off completely
shit.
scot-free, except for the money. So that's insane that they haven't paid the money.
Then they're at this kind of like young Bernie Madoff punitive process where they get to stay at a hotel or they're like penthouses in Santa Monica. There are check-ins. The parole officers find blow, guns, weed. They're supposed to be sober. Nothing happens to these pieces of shit. They don't pay these people any money, and they're just completely scot-free. There's a set of rules for thee and for us.
100%.
It's insane what these fucking people get away with.
You had that
the Los Angeles County Airport Courthouse is where this case is being
that is so insane to me.
Out.
And the question is, how do you do anything about this? How do you get this out of a court to get it so the Kennedys can't control it? And the Schwarzeneggers can't control it. Like, dude.
Schwarzenegger, who said, fuck your freedoms during the whole COVID thing.
During the trial, one of the brothers laughed out loud as our injuries were being described.
Demonic fucking people.
100%. And it goes back to the JBC, you know what I'm saying? Gavin Newsom, right?
Well, I don't think he's a Jew.
I don't care, but he's honorary.
Yeah.
He's bragging about how there's now more Fortune 500 companies in California, more than Texas or Florida.
Yeah.
And it's like, because it's a feudal system. Like, what's happening right here is like you are running out all of the mom and pop stores, and you're just creating so there's going to be this royal class that can do whatever the fuck it wants.
Well, and the worst part is there's this facade of mom and pop in Los Angeles. So you'll go to a pie store and it's got 100,000 followers on Instagram, and Steve Aoki is one of the founders and financing it, and everything has this kind of kitschy neighborhood feel to it, but it's all this fucking corporate bullshit. But the problem with California is that we take a look at any opportunity and
should we watch this as an update?
No, that's part one.
Okay.
But like, look at the homeless problem. So you see the homeless problem in California. K Bass and Genius, honorary JBC, take a look at it and they're like, oh, here's an arbitrage opportunity. We can make a shit ton of money off this. And it's like, why don't you guys just be better at corruption? Help the citizens out a little bit, and then you can make all the money you want.
Yeah.
Don't spend $20 billion to increase homelessness by 6%, because then people get pissed off, and your corruption scheme doesn't work.
Yep.
Be corrupt, but be better at
at least
it.
Give us a little bit. Give us a little something.
We're asking.
Let Daddy eat once in a while.
There's a rich tradition of the elites being as corrupt as they possibly can, but giving us chicken feed, so that we're content.
Give us a little bit.
It's just ridiculous. Just
and
be
what
better.
I find absolutely funny is, like, I guarantee you, this entire family of Kennedys and Schwarzeneggers couldn't get one knee and raise the black Marxist fist enough during the BLM stuff.
Yeah.
Could not enough. Oh my God, we live in a country where this is happening with these people. And then they just turn around, murk a bunch of people, and won't fucking pay for anything.
Won't pay.
And then they're above the law. Above the law, which they were yelling about cops. Now they're doing it.
It's been a decade. This woman had her skull bashed in and her jaw broken, and her brother, who knows if he can walk, and they haven't seen a cent. Meanwhile, this girl's sister is just, ping-ponging around with Chris Pratt. I mean, oh my gosh, it makes me so irate.
Yeah, I totally agree. And dude, they just murked a hot chick. Now she, it's just ridiculous.
She is pretty hot. Okay, so next story, we got to wrap the episode up. This is huge. So today, when this comes out, is the death of the petrodollar. Saudi Arabia is going to pull out of the negotiation with the U.S. And this is according to one guy on Twitter.
Yeah, but he's got a blue check mark.
He's got a blue check mark. But the petrodollar is going to be, it might turn into the petro yuan. It might turn into the petro ruble. I don't know. But
it's definitely interesting. And, Saudi Arabia, we'll see what happens there, dude. We'll see see, here's the problem with everything, okay? This is the problem with everything. We produce more oil than Saudi Arabia. This should be Dubai. We should be living in futuristic cities.
Well,
And our predator class won't allow it to happen.
I would
They're
like.
just out murking people at valet stations.
I don't want this to be Dubai. I would like people, be they gay or straight, to be able to make out in public and not
that's
get
not the
fucking
point.
beat.
The point is that we
What?
should be having futuristic cities. We all should be driving Lambos, and it should be us taking Cleveland steamers on hot, illiterate, white Instagram models' chests.
Hey Sam, I can 100% get behind that.
Yeah, that's what it should be. But no, they'll never let it happen because it's all a giant Baphomet, Moloch campaign to feed off our anxiety.
Well, you know,
so I don't know what's going to happen here. It's probably not good. Buy gold, buy silver. And that's all I got to tell you.
I think this might help gold and silver, but you constantly lament us getting off of the gold standard.
Getting on to the gold standard, getting off the petrodollar.
Well, but when Nixon got us off the gold standard, you're saying that was a bad thing.
That was a horrible moment.
Yeah. Why?
Why? Because when you're associated with the gold, you can only print as much money as you have gold.
Yeah.
With oil's unlimited. So now you can print us into inflation.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I know.
Okay.
Listen. No. Listen, I think it's a little naive.
What are you talking about?
Well, I mean, the way that reptiles work is that,
What is he talking about?
the way that reptiles work is this. So we have to keep coming up with new imaginary financial instrumentation so that we can keep printing.
Why does he keep saying we? I never said the Jews run everything. Now he's saying we. So he's just admitting it. He's admitting it.
So the
Ryan is uncomfortable. He's like, I am too white to be a part of this conversation.
the long-tailed, long-clawed Jews have to keep printing. No, I'm kidding. But people like, the Andrew Mellons and the J.P. Morgans of the world.
Yeah.
Even in the 20s, they
the
were
Babylonian money makers.
Yes, exactly. There was a very real problem with the gold standard in that if there was a run, if people just started taking out money against gold, it would have been bad because there's a fixed amount of it.
Right.
So you can't have that. But it is a very convenient way to just go, hey, we don't have to be shackled to something that actually exists. We can let's just turn this into monopoly money, and then everybody gets rich.
And now you pay for a car what your grandparents paid for their house.
For a house. And that's legitimately, I think the median house in the 60s or 70s was $40,000. Now a Prius with 75,000 miles on it costs $38,000.
Yeah, it's like, and this is all just a combination of inflation and greed.
Yeah.
People are just, I'll just go charge you more.
Yeah.
Like again, oil, we produce enough oil. Oil should never be more than $1. It shouldn't even be $1.
Well, I hope we start an oil war with Saudi Arabia. That would be fun, right?
The problem is, dude, that we have all the military to wreck everybody. Just the people in charge won't allow us to win.
You want more military?
No, I don't. But I'm just telling you, if you're like, hey, I hope we go to get in an oil war with, they all work together.
No, I'm not talking about actual war.
No, but I get what you're saying too, because I misunderstood that. But like, yeah,
it's like,
I mean,
you guys think that
they all work together. Saudi Arabia, dude, we created them.
Go ahead, Rye. Big Gay Rye, what's up?
Oh, I was going to say, did you see that thing about like we found enough lithium to like handle like 40% of U.S. needs for like,
Of course, but they'll never change anything.
No.
Because there's too much money in it. Like, why is Japan technology, in terms of what their population get, so much more advanced than ours? Because they want to slow roll everything out so they can just make $1 off everything.
Well, this is where I get back to like the be better at corruption kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, there are Japanese.
Give us something.
There are Japanese dignitaries that are taking pinches off of their progress. I'm not saying that the elites shouldn't make their money. You guys are gonna make your money, but just be better at it. Like, let's get the high-speed railway done, and then you can go to the French Laundry without a mask. Nobody will give a shit.
Yeah,
Okay?
exactly.
Just be better.
But so I know we're wrapping up. This is a crazy story. I'm telling you, buy gold. I've been telling you guys to do that since day one.
What's the next
Buy
one?
effing gold. Okay?
Oh my God.
What is this?
No.
What is it?
It's gonna piss me off too much.
I want to watch it.
Okay. Can you just refresh?
By the way, just turned to my daughter right there. You don't want to watch it? I want to watch it.
Full screen it. This is we're talking about the gold standard, and we're talking about money, and online there are a lot of people who they get it. There are a lot of people that understand how the world works, and they're trying to help idiots like you and me figure out how shit actually
I won't take
works.
That personal.
Okay, so go ahead.
To start studying words, even just looking at money. Look at a bank, right? What is a bank? What is also a bank? A river bank. What does the river bank do? It controls the flow. The flow of what? The flow of the current, the currency. If it's controlling the currency, it's also controlling the what? The flow. The flow of what? The cash flow. So what? Money moves like water. So if I understand where the water is going to go, I just have to position myself where the cash flow is going to be next, and I will get wet. Welcome to the big leagues, motherfuckers. I think people...
Obviously, the ending of that just destroyed the entire video.
Well, the entire video destroyed the entire.
Well, I mean,
video.
dude, the words totally are 100%.
Yeah. But
this guy, like I had some comic out of LA shitting on our Luka Doncic video. He just took the hit. He goes, "Shut the fuck up." I was like, and I can't get mad. I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
Because you're the guy. You don't worry about what chain. There's a saying my buddy said: the wandering wolf does not hear the barks of the chained dog.
Oh yeah.
And it's just like they have no clue what we're talking about. And he's totally right about how they use these words. It's just the end of where he looks in it, and it's like, "Welcome to Bimbo Island reality show" or whatever vibe he's going for. Fuckboy Island.
Right.
Where he's like, position myself. Welcome to the big. I mean, it's like that's the end of that. That just gets. And I'm sure this guy's really great because he's totally right about all that.
Yeah. Well, he's really right about it in that so he's figured out. Right, like the hidden meaning behind the words that we use.
But you don't understand those. That's real though.
Because he's figured out the hidden meaning behind the words that we use. He can position himself to get wet, and now he's in the big leagues, bitches. I
like him.
Here's the
it's
thing,
just
though.
The ending got a little Fuckboy Island to me.
You're in an apartment in Minneapolis. Where are you positioning yourself, and how
Maybe
are you?
That's his office.
How
bro.
are you getting wet, dude?
Well, what he realizes is that this actually will get a lot of views. And
yeah.
people to watch him. Therefore, the water will flow.
Yeah, he's totally right.
He is currently getting wet.
Yeah, I guess he's now on Fuckboy Island right here.
Hey, I'm sandpaper in my pussy right now. Okay, can you go to the next one real quick? Okay.
This is the best.
So Sam's got to just break this brawl down for us.
Dude,
really
this is the best. This is psyops upon psyops.
So you think the pro-Palestinian movement is a psyop?
They get people to hate the Palestinians, yes.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yes. 100%. Look at this. This is so dumb, and I feel bad for this little girl right here who's doesn't understand what she's doing. But this is just psyops and psyops. And ready for the Fed? There's the Fed, everybody. There's the Fed. Look at that guy. Who does that? Dude, Fed, everybody. That's a Fed. Federal agent right there. By the way, stop. There is gay pride, psyop. Pro-Palestinian psyop, wearing masks, psyops. There's psyops on psyops on psyops.
Yeah.
There's still people wearing masks. These people, they've been broken. They cannot. These people, when they hear bird flu might be coming, their nipples got hard, and dude, their vaginas got wet. Okay, I'm telling you, bro, we got wet ass pussies.
Yeah.
Wops. We got some wops over here at this wearing this mask, hearing about bird flu right now.
Well,
she's got all the psyops.
They're
going.
wearing, so it's like a trifle of psyop.
Well, dude, it is psyops upon psyops.
Yeah. So there's the whipped cream, and then there's the berries.
Yeah.
And then there's the granola or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's a delicious treat.
Yeah, of psyops.
Of stupidity.
Yeah.
So this
dumb.
actually got pretty brutal. I think people will actually beat the fuck out of each other over this.
It's just crazy, dude.
Which is wild because I don't understand.
Here's my opinion on gay pride. I don't care. Live their life. Just the people I can't. And I have a great joke about it. It's like, why you bring your kids to the gay pride? We're celebrating anal here. Nobody wants your kids there. Nobody wants your kids.
It's
at
such
the
a
gay
good
pride.
point. Like, don't get upset at like, how could you subject your children to this? How could these people be subjecting children? They're not subjecting the child.
They're doing their thing.
They're trying to fucking look at each other's assholes and celebrate their sexuality, which was buried under the floorboards for a very, very long time. Am I going to go? No, I'm not quite like into that kind of thing.
West Hollywood Halloween parade is the best. It's a great entertaining time.
Yeah.
It's a fun time. If you know there's a gay pride parade going on and you don't like gay shit, guess what? Don't go.
Don't go.
Okay? So let's get rid of that. Bringing your kids there is you forcing yourself onto everybody else. From the people that don't like kids at the gay pride to the people celebrating gay pride.
Yeah.
You are a narcissist.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
You're a narcissist.
And
you think everything revolves around you. Nobody wants kids at the gay pride parade.
No, it's like Big Gay Frank just wants to fucking, have a good day. It's like a wedding. Nobody wants your crumb cruncher running around when we're trying to do coke in the bathroom and dance to fucking Stevie Wonder.
100%.
Get him the fuck out of here.
The tweak walk around in jockstrap with his butthole blinking. Nobody wants to see your kids there.
No, I put a butt plug in my fucking rectum that blinks and has a sign in it. I don't want a child looking at that because it'll ruin the fun for me, okay?
100%.
I got an app and programmed everything that was happening on this thing in my asshole, and now you've got Tommy here, and I feel very uncomfortable. It's not his
Billy
fault.
Doesn't even see that my butthole's blinking Morse code.
Get him out of here.
Open for business.
Get him the fuck out of here.
Okay? Leave Billy alone.
All right, that's it for us.
That's it. Another quality episode. Another quality. See, we make fun of both sides, everybody. We're not on any side. We're not on your side. We're on humanity. Psyops on psyops on psyops.
Go to samtripoli.com. Comedy Chaos, June 11th.
June 11th. See my live shows. Daddy's coming. If you want me to come to your city, let me know.
Dylan Pete Wren on Instagram, Bad TV. Dude, we're covering Flavor of Love, season 3 right now.
Oh.
One of the greatest reality television shows.
I'm sorry. That was such
a
great time in television.
It was an amazing time in television.
It was such simpler times, right?
Dude, the first episode of season 3, Flav takes a look at some of the women who the internet chose for him, and he just says that they're disgusting. He says that he literally says, this bitch has an underbite like I've never seen before, and when sandwiched between two obese women, he said, I thought I was going to die. I mean, it's unbelievable TV.
Real quick, before we go, So everyone's losing it because the new Star Wars is supposedly so gay.
It's the gayest Star Wars.
And then you see everything Mark Hamill tweets, and then you realize Star Wars was gay from the start.
Oh, yeah. Super
Straight
gay
from the start.
Yeah.
It's always been gay.
Yeah.
Always been gay.
Always been gay.
I mean, as a kid, I go, oh, dude, Luke Skywalker's so gay. I was a kid. I didn't have a good gaydar at that point.
Yeah.
I hadn't lived in L.A. for 20 years.
Yeah.
And then I just knew, Dude, Darth Vader was upset with Luke Skywalker.
Darth Gaydar.
And honestly,
Gaydar.
dude, think about somebody questioning their sexuality, and they're like, "All right, I'll try to kiss a girl," and it's like, "Oh, I didn't like that." Well, she's your sister, so then that really sends you into now you're only gay, you know?
100%.
So bad roll of the dice for Luke.
It's so bad because they have all these shows they made when they just wanted to do woke, and now like the CEOs and the people consume know this is not good, and the people in the middle are like, but we got these projects, we have to put them out.
It's so crazy. Who is watching Star Wars? It's just nuts.
Who's watching gay Star Wars?
Who is watching anything on Disney? Love you guys very much. Comment, like. We love you guys very much. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Welcome to Deep Waters.
Where are you going right now?
So they crank the 5G up, and then we just all get shaken and bacon microwave. I love it.
I didn't say that, you absolute moron.
There was no dinosaurs. Those were Nephilim giants from the Bible.
And Lucifer is in the Vatican?
Yes.
Oh, okay, got it.
I think space is probably like just a giant liquid. Build it up, seal the well. When it's about to collapse, release the gays.
Are you going to get the jab?
Never. Conspiracy Social Club, aka Deep Waters.